my observer gets nicked by this photon cannon here, and I just think, you know, there's proxy pylons for warping in, and then there's just general stupidity. So if you watch the minimap during that little observer aside, you saw my stalkers go all around up here on the ridge, thinking that his probe had stuck around to do some stupid proxy kind of stuff. Now, with money in the bank, I get some more production facilities, realizing that I'm probably behind, and I'm slightly behind in that. Probe count, though, I do dwarf him in that. He is, though, getting an expansion down to gold, which, to his dismay, I do scout. Don't do anything about it, though, because he only has 4 or so probes. Now, I do get my observer over to give me vision, and as soon as the cooldown ends and I'm able to warp in some more units, I will be getting reinforcements before I blink, but you'll see that I again miss. And he has a bunch of stalkers here, and I'm about to grab this expansion, so it was great timing by him, and lucky timing for me, because he's going to hit this before it really warps in, and I'm able to save around 75%. While he's attacking these rocks, you know, his probe's waiting here. Usually what you do is, after you make something, you either make the accompanying gas, or you send him here and waypoint him off of the mineral line. So knowing that he had this stuff here, because my observer died by it, I want to see that if, in fact, he has an expansion there. Because if you're going to build a forward base like that, you may want to populate it with a nexus, like he was trying to do here for some odd reason. But he doesn't. So he has a whopping 13 stalkers. Woo! And I start sending him over, and I actually don't. I miss with 5 of them. And rather than going back, I just say, you know what, screw it. I feel like something's coming. And I was right. My Nexus is around 90% done. I say, oh, shoot. So I scuttle this probe all the way back, and I move these guys into attack position, warp in some more, find out I am nearly supply blocked as well as Vespene blocked. Why that is, I'm not sure. Maybe I was trying to do too much. I should have just warped in a Zealot and saved the cooldown, but he retreats all the way back to his little forward base, feeling satisfied he denied me. Meanwhile, my observer is just chilling, looking at his 4 probes at gold, why he didn't take half of these as I blink over, except for 2 great types. I start destroying his probes. He goes 17, 16, 15, 14, and apparently these 3 stalkers decided it was better for them to destroy a pylon. There we go. He's focusing down some stuff. Meanwhile, he thinks this is a great time to attack. Little does he know, his 13 stalkers are in a bad spot. They can only kill. Only 3 of them can attack. What you do, though, is you walk them up. Sure, it gets more focus fire back, but you're able to make these 5 back useful. And eventually he does. It's 5 on 4. Now it'll be focus time, and it seems like he was paying attention over here, I was paying attention over here, until I was actually warping with Zealous. He does maybe kill this one before I get it all out. So he runs away. Not all that surprising. I should have blinked to catch him, but at some point here I will decide that pylons are more important. And there we go. Blink over. And he thinks I took this expansion. He doesn't know that he actually stopped my only expansion that I had. And basically, he was in a much stronger position. He had map control. The changing factor, though, the real game breaker was, in fact, the blink. That allowed me to bypass what he thought was a great strategy for obtaining map control and kind of containing me. At this point, his main base is dead. I know he has this. I don't know if he has anything else. And judging by the probe count, you know, I didn't think he would. He is building, but he is supply blocked since I took out all the pylons, which is a great strategy against Protoss. Now, he starts moving back and he just leaves. I think he knew that I had more, and actually I only had 55 remaining in my mineral field. I actually would have to long distance mine at this point. So if he could defend this, he would be in a much stronger position. I would have to save up a bunch of money just to get back into the game, but it was not to be for Taelzos. So if you're looking for a way to defeat a cannon rush, use your head, use your probes, and get it done. They will always be open to attack unless they do some kind of hybrid rush, which will be slower and allow you to have units on the field. But for Taelzos, this was not a successful game, pretty much because he didn't maintain his economy while he was cannon rushing me. He thought it was better to just put 2 cannons in and let me kill it with the lives of 9 of my probes. So that's also an application of how Blink Stalker can kind of get you out of a messy contain. Additionally, I could have came up here, blinked down here, and came to gold, but I didn't want to do that. I would rather take out his production facilities because they were the more pressing matter at that point, since he only had 4 probes on that line. So, another game down under my belt, another successful use of Blink. I could have blinked microed here, and I should have, because it would allow those ones kind of walking in the back. If we can go back to it a little bit more forward. A little bit more forward? A little bit more forward. Come on. Okay. So here's where he's going to be sending, and I am taking out his probes. What I should have done... walk a little faster. Stalkers are kind of fast, but what I should have done was blink the one that's getting hit back. So when he's trying to focus this down, I should blink this one back and blink that one back. And it allowed me to kind of cycle these guys. And you've seen it in pro matches. It's actually very, very useful, and I should have had the wherewithal to do it. And that's something that, you know, I could finally get those 2 guys over at that point. But it should have been something I did, and I didn't do it. But for future reference, I will try to. It's a process. It's a process. I'm learning. Learn with me. If you see any improvement in my game, go ahead and leave a comment. I really do want to get better, and I think commentating helps that. So take a look. Let me know. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell them to tell their friends that JHancho's a noob and he's posting these stupid videos on YouTube. But I'm having a good time doing it, and I hope you are having a good time watching it. Because I do see a couple views on my videos. Yes, I do sit there every 5 minutes and refresh them just to see if anybody's watching them. So that was sarcasm. All right, JHancho signing off. Thanks for watching.